What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm finally back doing a video. I ain't done one in a while, but I haven't really been feeling that I wanted to do the Bradford career mode, but just FIFA in general, I've just not really been that happy playing it. Like, I haven't been playing much FIFA, to be fair. I've been playing, like, a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, and GTA, and even even Infinite Warfare recently. And sometimes, every now and then, I'll play Battlefield 1 as well, but I'd broadcast them, but GTA is alright, but I don't really do stuff that's that exciting, really. I mainly just do missions over and over with like hardly any commentary at all, because I'm concentrating that much. And then the other games just lag too much when I try to broadcast them, so I can't do them. But I'm waiting for FIFA 18. I'm hopefully going to get the pre-order version. I might not. I'm probably just going to end up getting it on the day. And this is my... Before I did Premier League predictions, and I did that before the transfers, and I said I would do another one, an updated one, after transfers are gone and we're getting close to the start of the season, maybe. And I said maybe after the first game, but I've decided not to. Now, this is what I've got. Now, before, I had that to say this one was first, then this one would be 5th, 6th, that one would be 6th, that one would be 10th, 11th, and then it'd go down to 20th down here. And that's how it's going to go the same again, because I've got finishing bottom of the league Huddersfield. Huddersfield being a West Yorkshire club, I know people support it. Now I want them to get relegated so I can laugh at them, but at the same time I don't want them to get relegated, because obviously West Yorkshire team, first time in the Premier League. If they stay up in the Premier League, it'll be a big thing. There'll be obviously celebration in Huddersfield. I'll be pretty happy because they're a West Yorkshire team representing West Yorkshire in the Premier League, and that's a good thing, obviously. And I'd be happy for them to stay up, but I just sadly don't think they are. Like the addition of signing Moy permanently, getting in Kachunga permanently as well. They're two really good signings, and I think they're very good and deserve to be in the Premier League. But I just don't think Huddersfield as a team can hold on to it. I think sadly they'll come bottom of the league. Second bottom, 19th, I've got Swansea. They're going to lose Sigurdsson. I think, no doubt about it, he's going to go 50 million to Everton. I think Everton are going to sell Ross Barkley to maybe Liverpool or something like that. But I know that, but in my head, Sigurdsson's definitely going to Everton, and Swansea are getting relegated, because Swansea don't have the players to push without Sigurdsson. He's like the talisman in Swansea, and he's the one player that's it feels as though he's carrying them, and that's why you can't, in the Premier League especially, in my opinion, the most what's the word, the most competitive league in the world, you can't have one player carrying a full team. So I think Sigurdsson will leave, and I think that'll just be the downfall of Swansea. They've been like Sunderland. Sunderland got relegated last season after just being about that area constantly, being in the relegation and just getting out of it. I think that's sort of what Swansea have done. They've always been in that area, and it's just building up to it. And I think this season it's going to be a season when they finally get relegated. I don't think they're going to come last, but I don't think they'll be close to avoiding relegation. I think they're going to come smack bang in the middle of the relegation, 19th, and that's where they're going to finish. Right, on to Crystal Palace. Again, another team that I just don't rate enough. Like, they're a good team. I really do believe they've got the players to stay up, and they're a very good team. Like, Johan Cabaye is a very good player. Benteke, if they can hold on to him, I think could help him. But I just don't think they've made the signings that they really need to be making. And I also think that, again, they've been floating about the area, and it's sort of been building up to it. As much as I don't want Crystal Palace to get relegated, because I really do like Crystal Palace as a team, I think they're, like, as much as some people might not like it, I think they are like a Stoke or a Southampton, or sometimes even like West Brom. Just sort of mid-table obscurity. I think that's sort of where I really want them to be, because I don't want them, like, I don't think they will be close to winning the title anytime soon. But I also don't want them to get relegated, and I think that's really sad that I've got them to go relegated. But I just don't think, I think it's been building up to it, and I don't think they'll be able to hold on. And then now, moving up to 17th, just out of the relegation spot, I've got Brighton. Yes, Lord, I've got them to stay up. Yeah, I think they're just going to narrowly avoid it, maybe by a few points or even goal difference, just avoid the drop. But I think Brighton, with the signings they've made, they've done very well. Matty Ryan is one of my favourite keepers. I think he's one of the best keepers that best underrated keepers there is. I think he's absolutely brilliant, and I think he'll do well for Brighton. I think they've done well to get him. I think really he should be at maybe a Stoke or a Southampton or a West Brom, like I said, just a team that's sort of mid-table obscurity. I think he deserves to be playing in a higher club, but I think Brighton luring him to their club, getting his signature, I think that shows intent from Brighton to stay up, and I think they'll do very well, and hopefully they will stay up, because again, newly promoted teams, it's nice to see them if they're staying up, they're putting up a fight in, especially like Huddersfield and Brighton, who've had little to none Premier League experience before. Moving on to 16th, we've got Burnley. Burnley were very good. I think were very good last season, but I don't think that they'll do as well. I think losing Keane was a big hit, and just Heaton, if they can hold on to Heaton, will just be very good. He was outstanding last season. I don't know how he didn't get a team of the season. I think he should have got a team of the season over De Gea, because to me, if you're Man United and you're finishing like sixth, then that's not a good season. And I think if you're letting in, like, obviously De Gea's got, Heaton was better than De Gea in the league, that's simple as, and Heaton's behind worse defences, whereas De Gea's behind what should be one of the best defences in the league. But I think if they can hold on to Heaton, he'll be very good, and I think he could keep them up. Obviously they've got other players, like I rate that Me, is it? I don't know how to say it. I rate him, I think he's quite a good player. And I also rate Andre Gray, I think he's a very good player as well. And I think with them plus Heaton, I think they could hold them up just about. I don't know, because they're sort of a team where you never know where they're going to finish, and so is another team that I've got a bit later on, that you never know where they're going to finish, but it's just, like, sometimes could have a really good season, sometimes bad, and then sometimes just mid-table. It's just a very awkward thing, but I think in the coming season, they'll do the best that they can, and they'll sort of come towards that bottom of the table, towards the very lower part of the table. But I hope they do surprise me and finish sort of top half, maybe like mid-table, because they're a team that, again, I do like Crystal Palace. I do like a lot. Like, they're just sort of town at, so for them to beat Premier League and do as well as they are, it's great. And then next I've got Leicester. Now I know it's a Man City badge, but Iheanacho's gone to Leicester, and he doesn't have a Leicester card as far as I know on FIFA. So I think he's going to be the standout player for them next season. Okazaki, Musa, Slimani didn't show up. They don't score enough goals, and I think Slimani was okay, but Okazaki and Musa didn't show up at all. I don't think they did really that much of anything. I think Vardy was still just kind of holding on to that attacking prowess that they had when they won the league. Obviously Kante going, so they didn't have as much a set up, but Mahrez stayed. If they can hold on to Mahrez again with Iheanacho, I think they could do decently. I think the way I've got them now is purely because of signings that other teams have made, but depending on how they play when it comes to it, I think Leicester could be a bit higher. But this is where I've got them based on like what it looks like on paper and what I think personally, like the way they've played over past maybe a few seasons, like the players and who they've got in and stuff. I think that's where they're going to finish. And then moving on, we've got West Brom. Now, Jay Rodriguez. I rate Jay Rodriguez. I think he's a good player, but he's always injured. Not always. He's not like Sturridge. He's not like Wilshere. It doesn't seem to be like literally always injured, as Sturridge is currently till January. But I think West Brom have done well to get Jay Rodriguez in. Southampton obviously haven't seen what West Brom are for. Is just always on treatment table, but I think if West Brom could keep him fit, he'll be one of the best wingers in the league. I think that's something that West Brom and Stoke and Southampton, West Ham and stuff can do. They can turn players into good wingers. Like Southampton, like obviously they're a bit known for obviously having a lot of fullbacks, but I think they've done well with. Do you know what? I'm an idiot. I can't even name them. Mane, for example, that's it. Mane, he's an absolutely outstanding winger. Especially at Southampton and stuff. Not Southampton, Liverpool. I think he's great, but just all these players, all these teams are good at making wingers, getting the best out of wingers, and Southampton couldn't do that. I'm hoping West Brom can, because I rate Jay Rodriguez, and I think West Brom, with the team they've got as well, with Rondon and Foster, I think it is, or Forster, they can do really well in the league, but it's just whether they can push and get the results and keep the players fit. But is whether they're going to finish top half again, mid-table, or sort of this lower, a bit lower, like I've got them. Next up, I've got Newcastle. Now, Newcastle have already got the team with some experience. Dwight Gale's obviously got experience in Prem, despite only being young, from playing with Crystal Palace. And I think he's just a very, very good striker that can score quite a few goals. Like 10 plus is the minimum I'd give him. I think he's just a very good player, and I don't have much to say about Newcastle, so I don't know much about like the signings they've made and stuff like that, but I do know that they are a very good squad with very good depth as well. I think they've got quite good depth. I mean, they've got a lot of young, like as far as I know, I might just be going mental and thinking of a different team, but as far as I know, they've got decent depth, and I think they could push for a top half finish really. In 13th that I've got them now, they're looking very strong at the moment, and with Dwight Gale up front, I think they could run riot on some of the defences that I've previously mentioned. Next up, got Watford. They're the team that I was talking about, like Burnley. You never know where they're going to finish. Like they could finish down low, up high, in the middle. That just sounded like some sort of lyrics from a children's song or something like that. But I think Tom Cleverley, like I rate Tom Cleverley. Do you know what, I say that a lot. I rate a lot of players, but Tom Cleverley, I think at Man United he wasn't given the chances that he deserved, and I think if he'd given more chances at Man United, then he could have turned into a good player. And then going to Everton, he wasn't really, like, he was given a bit of a chance at Everton, but he didn't prove himself because he wasn't used to having the chance. He wasn't used to playing. He was used to coming out as a sub and just trying his best when he was starting at Everton, or even coming out as a sub at Everton in the new surroundings that he had, and also having to get used to being someone who was a starter or playing in this new system. Then he couldn't perform, and I think when he went to Watford, they actually got the best out of him on loan, and I think signing him permanently is a very good signing for Watford. I think they've got a good defensive lineup as well, and I think they could get that mid-table that could keep Marco Silva his job. Because I like Marco Silva as a manager. When he was at Hull, like against Liverpool, when they, I think it was 2-0 or 2-1 or something like that. Maybe it might have been 3-1 actually. I don't know. I can't remember. Actually, I want to have a look at this. When Marco Silva took over with school, I went on a trip for English to the the Liverpool Hull match, and Hull played very well under Marco Silva. So I think if they can, I can't type. If they can hold on to the form that they had, if Hull can hold on to the form they had under Marco Silva, they could do well in Championship. But if Watford could pick up that form that they had from that Hull had from under Marco Silva, they could push for mid-table. I mean, if they could pick up the same form Hull had, they'd be finishing top of the league. But I don't think that's going to happen because of the players they've got. It's just not there. Let's have a look. 2-0 to Hull, that's it. But it was, under Marco Silva, the whole players seemed to shine, so I'm hoping that same thing will happen with Watford. I think he's a great manager, and I think he could really help them push for that mid-table area. Next, in 11th, just missing out on top half, I've got Bournemouth. They did brilliant last season. King last season was not the King we all know and love that couldn't score goals for his life. He was a goal scorer last year, and I think he'll do the same again. I don't have much to say about Bournemouth again. I don't know much about their transfer dealings over the summer, but I think they'll do decently, and I think they will push and get the results against some of these lower teams that I've mentioned, and maybe even some of the higher teams if they got the signings that this needed to bring in. Next, in 10th, just getting top half, I have got Stoke City. I think Kurt Zouma on loan is the best thing that they could have done. He is one of my favourite defenders, young defenders in the Prem at the moment. I think I just think they're mental. That's what I think. I think that Chelsea are mental for letting both Ake go to Bournemouth, who's a very good signing again, Bournemouth, and Zouma go out on loan if they're planning on playing three at the back again, then three centre-backs at the back, maybe not just three at the back, but three centre-backs at the back, then they don't have much. They obviously have Azpilicueta, David Luiz, Cahill, and Rudiger. But I think that's really it for the centre-back position. But obviously, before they had Kurt Zouma and Ake, and I didn't think they'd let either of them go, even on loan, because now, if they want him back, if there's any injuries or anything like that, they're going to have to recall him, which means I think it costs money, doesn't it, to recall people? You have to give money to the club or something, I don't know, but I think it costs money to give money to some I don't know, to recall a player back, and I think it's just going to make it a bit awkward as well with Kurt Zouma having to get used to the way the Chelsea play again, if he does end up having to get recalled and played again. So yeah, that's where I've got him. You know, I kind of think like I'm talking a lot of crap. I don't mean with transfers, I mean literally talking a lot of crap. Because, for some reason, to me, I just feel like I'm going off topic all the time. But anyway, Southampton. They're always losing the best players. Van Dijk looks like he's going to go, and I reckon he'll go to either Chelsea or Liverpool. Liverpool looking like the main contenders. But I just think that they do very well in the league. That's why I've got them 9th. But I don't think they'll finish 8th this season. I think they'll miss out on 8th this season, which could end up in that Pellegrino being sacked, because obviously they sacked. I think it's Puel. I think his name's Puel. Yeah, something like that. But I think they sacked him when they finished 8th. So, if they're going to be finishing 9th, I think that Pellegrino could get sacked. But I think he could have a decent season. I think he's a player that... he's not a player, a manager that could help Southampton start bringing in the transfers instead of letting him go. And I think... I don't know what he's done so far. I could probably find out if I go to this. Wrong team. If I got Southampton, no, let's have a look. Who've brought in? I don't like anyone yet. I think they brought in a midfielder, haven't they? I can't see him here. Oh, who's he? Maybe they brought him in, I'm not sure. Don't really know who he is. He could have been at the club before. I think they've just brought in a player from Juventus, haven't they? Lamina, I think his name is. I've on OneFootball now, I'll be able to get it on OneFootball. It's a good app. I'm not sponsored. Why would anyone sponsor me? Anyway, OneFootball, I really like the app, but What? I've just looked now 2 hours ago. Andre Gray's gone to Watford. Oh, I don't know about Burnley now. Do you know what? I'll keep them where they are because I think it's still decent. Watford looking good. Jesus. Yeah, Mario Lemina at Southampton. He looks like a decent sign. I think he could help push in the midfield. It could be sort of a midfield general. I don't know. Maybe. I don't have a clue. I think he's a midfielder. I hope he is. I'm not talking crap. But Southampton just always seem to what's the word? Overperform compared to like the team that they've got. Like Gabbiadini was brilliant last season, I think, but is he going to do it well this season? I'm not sure under a new manager. I don't really have much to talk about with Southampton, but again, they're just that sort of team that sort of you never know what they're going to do. Next in 8th, yes, 8th place, Arsenal. They made good signings. Lacazette is an outstanding striker, but in his first season, is he really going to cut it in Prem? That's what we need to ask ourselves. I mean, he scored 28 in League One, but we've all seen players from other leagues that have smashed it in other leagues and come to Prem. They've just not been able to. They've just not really succeeded. They've not been able to do what we've had no chance pretty much in getting a starting place. But I think Lacazette is a good player, but I just don't know how he's going to be. Same with that Kolasinac. He's a very good player, but again, is it gonna be able to hold on to the? Is it going to be able to hold on to the form he had in Germany in the Prem? It's just something that no one really knows. And then also, if they do hold on to Sanchez and Ozil, then it could fail, and Oxlade-Chamberlain as well, because he's looking at maybe there's a chance he could go to Chelsea. If we're gonna hold on to them players, then that'd be big for them. They do very well to hold on to them. They're all players that have done very well at the club and look like they could be moving away, because Ox, I couldn't see maybe leaving Arsenal for Chelsea, but at the same time, Sanchez and Ozil don't really seem to want to stay at the club anymore. They want to be playing at a club in Champions League football because they deserve to be. They're that good players. And I think even if they don't go, with 1 year left on contract, then are they going to get a full performance out of them like they have before, or are they just going to start slacking off because they don't want to get injured in a time that they could be signing for other clubs? So I've got Arsenal to finish 8th, and I don't want them to, because obviously they used to be very good and brought through loads of brilliant players in their squad before. I think they could do well, but it's just whether are they, like with the signs they've made, are they going to do well in Prem, and the players that they try to hold on to, will they stay? I mean, it's tough for Arsenal at the moment. I think Wenger isn't that good a manager anymore. I think he used to be, but now it's sort of, with his lack of spending money over other seasons, he's not been able to build a full squad that's looking good. He's only had the few players that have come every now and then in certain positions. So I just don't think they'll be able to hold on. In 7th, I have got West Ham. Signings have made Arnautovic, Joe Hart, Zabaleta, Hernandez, all brilliant players. Zabaleta and Hart and Arnautovic having experience in the Prem before with Man City and Stoke respectively. Zabaleta, Hart and Arnautovic, yeah. Zabaleta and Hart coming from Man City, Arnautovic coming from Stoke. They've all played in the Prem before. Hernandez smashed it in at Leverkusen. I think he will get used to the Prem, because obviously we're at Man United, and as much as people said that they didn't rate him at Man United, I think he did quite well at Man United for the opportunity that he had. I mean, they didn't give him much chances at Man United, and I think if he got them, he could have done very decently. Next up, I've got Everton. The signings they've made have been brilliant. I mean, obviously they've lost Lukaku, it's a big hit, but Klaassen, Pickford, Keane, all players that can move on forward and could do a job this season and replace the players that they've currently got in that position. Sandro, and that other young striker they signed that loaned out to Anderlecht look like players for the future, look like very good players for the future, but I don't think either of them could fill Lukaku's boots in maybe 2 or even 3 seasons, in 2 or maybe 3 seasons time. I just don't think they've got that pure striker yet, but I think they'll do very well, and I think they'll get that 6th. They'll just miss out on Europe, but I think they'll do very well. Next, Liverpool. We all know their story. Strikers, they ain't got one, pretty much. Origi ain't scoring loads of goals unless they decide they want to play Firmino as an out-and-out striker. He's not going to get that many goals, so they won't have a proper striker. Sturridge used to be a 20-plus goal striker. I don't know if he is anymore. He looks like still a very good striker when he's not on the treatment table, which is not very often. And it's just this. It doesn't seem like it's going well for him. They've got that left back in and Anderson. What am I on about? God damn it, mine's gone. The whole player. Oh, what's his name? This is gonna annoy me now. I've got to look. I've got to look or it's gonna annoy me. Robertson, that's it. Andrew Robertson from Hull. He's a very good left back. I liked him all. I didn't full on rate him like I do over some other players, but I think he did decently, and I think he's a good backup to Milner. And if I decide I want to play Milner in a different position, because obviously it'll free up more positions for him with another left back coming in. Because obviously they had Moreno, but he wasn't very good, and Klopp obviously doesn't seem to like Moreno very much. So, and then they've also got strikers that have scored quite a few goals. So if I go to I've got my phone, I've got a picture that I got off Facebook that shows some of their stats. I've got Firmino, 3 goals and 4 assists. Solanke, who's I think is a decent striker, 3 goals and 1 assist. Salah, 4 goals and 0 assists. That Woodburn, that young player, 2 goals and 2 assists. Mane, 1 goal and 1 assist, who's come back from injury. Origi, 1 goal and 1 assist. Coutinho, 1 goal and 2 assists, and Sturridge, 2 goals and 1 assist. But at the same time, Solanke, we still haven't seen him play in the Prem, obviously, with Chelsea not giving him the chances he's had. Firmino, Mane and Salah look very decent. I think they could be the starters. Coutinho, we don't know if he's going to be there. It looks like he's set for a Barcelona move. Woodburn and Origi, are they really going to play under Klopp? That's the thing. And Sturridge, is he ever not going to be injured? He's already injured till January, so is he going to get back in time for the start of the season? No, he isn't. So I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on attacking positions, but obviously with Salah coming in, Solanke's I'm not sure about still, but Salah's a very good signing with who else have I brought in? Maybe that's it. No, because I brought in someone else, didn't I? Maybe I didn't. I don't know, I'm going mental. Again, I'm an idiot, so I'm going to have to look. Let's look for any new players. Chan's a very good player, and so is Lallana, so if I can hold on to him, that'll be very good. Though Lallana, I think he's injured. Could have sworn they'd brought in another player. Wijnaldum's very good. Sakho, that's a player. He's not going to get played, is he? That's the thing. Sakho's not going to get played because he's fallen out of favour at the club, and I don't see him being able to get that back. Get his form back in Liverpool, get his place back in Liverpool at all, really. They could have done with a goalkeeper, in my opinion. Karius and Mignolet just didn't look good enough last season. Lever obviously leaving, that's a big X. It was good coming off the bench, Lever. Ilori, who's he? I don't know who he is, I know he looks about 40. One thing is I want to see how old this Grujic is. Date of birth, 96, so that's 21? 21 I think. But yeah, they've got some good young players really, but what are they going to do with them? What are they going to do with young players? They're going to give them a chance? Are they not? That's some signings have made a decent. I think they could get a European spot. I just don't think they've got the players to replace Coutinho if he does leave. They're linked with Van Dijk, which will be a big improvement on their squad at the moment. With centre backs Matip and Klavan and Lovren and all them. Van Dijk's a lot better than them, and Matip's still a very good defender, so putting Matip and Van Dijk next to each other, and that'll be a very good centre-back partnership. And then they're also, if Coutinho goes, they're linked with Lanzini, who's a very good player for West Ham. But yeah, it'd be a big disappointment to lost him, but Liverpool don't look like they're really going to push on this season as much as they did last, and I don't think they're going to get a top 4. I think Europe is where they're going to finish, and I think that's just how it's going to be. Next I've got Chelsea. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, Chelsea winning league, and then before they won the league, and then they went all the way down to 10th or whatever it was, because they couldn't do it. Now they've won the league without a European competition, and I've got it again. Obviously they've got very, very good players in, but with a European competition again coming in, I don't think they'll be able to hold on to the thing. I think they'll get top 4, but I don't think they'll be able to hold on, so that's where I've got them. Tottenham third. Not made any signings. They're a good squad, a squad good enough to finish top of the league before the signings came in for every other club, and now with all the signings they come third because they've not made the signings. Simple as. Good squad. Son, very good. Harry Kane's very good. Eriksen's one of my favourite players. I've got him in my fantasy football. Yeah, they're just very good players they've got. It's just they haven't made the signs to improve the certain positions that they do need improving. I think they need a serious backup for Lloris, because Vorm's a very good player, but I don't see him getting played. Like, obviously he'll only get played in cup games and stuff like that, but if they had a serious backup, a proper backup for Lloris could have breaks in midweek games, stuff like that, which would help them really progress, due to Lloris having the breaks and then being able to come back against the big teams fully rested. Stuff and things like that, it just really help them out. But they haven't made the signings. Simple as. They come third. Second, top two in general, both Manchester clubs. I've got in second Manchester United. Lukaku, absolutely outstanding, best signing they've made. Lindelof, I'm not sure I will be in the Premier League, but I did have him in my fantasy football. I did take him out so that I could get the bank to put Eriksen in, but I think he's still a very good centre back. I don't know whether he'll be able to adjust to the Premier League or not, but he seems very good. And Pogba as well. Pogba, I think, Pogba will be a big step up this season. He's got used to the Prem again. It didn't, as much as I think he did crap last season, he did do some stuff that did seem like quite good, and I just think he'll be able to help Man United next season now that he's got used to the Prem again. And it looks like a very decent player, based on pre-season and things like that. It looks like he controlled the midfield well. So yeah, I've got Manchester United second. And top of the league, Man City. I don't rate Pep Guardiola. Simple as. Arsenal, not Arsenal, why am I on about Arsenal for? They've always been crap. Well, Arsenal people don't hate me. Arsenal people hate me. Arsenal fans hate me, that's it, not Arsenal people. Barcelona and Bayern Munich. he already had good squads there. All he had to do was tell them what to do. He didn't have to make any signings or anything like that, or make any really big signings, because he already had good teams. Whereas at Man City, he was really taking on a project, and up front he had the positions that he didn't need to sign anyone up front, but he still did. Didn't need to sign anyone in goal. Joe Hart's got Premier League titles, clean sheet thing, loads of clean sheet awards, Golden Glove thing, I think it is, under his belt, but yet they still replaced him, and now he's West Ham, which West Ham have done very well to get him, but Bravo's now sitting on the bench to Ederson, who's a very good player. But last season they didn't even bring a goalkeeper in, but now they do, because Hart's been out in Italy, he's been playing in the Italian leagues, now coming back. It's a bit harder for him to play in the Prem now, and Bravo's just not good enough, so that's why they need the keeper now. They needed fullbacks was a very weak position for him, losing Kolarov, Zabaleta, I think they might have lost Sanya as well. It was looking weak, and bringing in Kyle Walker is a very, very good centre back. I think he's one of the best English players we've got at the moment. Very good right back. Sorry, I think he's one of the best players just just English players in general at the moment. But I don't think he's worth 50 million. Again, Mendy, good, very, very good left back. Is he going to adjust to the Prem though? We yet to see, because the Prem hasn't started. And 52 mil, I don't know whether he's real worth it. Danilo is a very good signing. I think if it don't work out for Mendy, it could easily put him left back, or put Walker left back and put him right back. Jesus just looks like he's going to keep performing. Aguero looked like he might be out. Oh, pardon me. Anyway, Aguero looked like he might be out the door already now, but he's still a very good player, and whether he stays or whether he goes, he's going to perform. So in Man City, hopefully for Man City, he'll stay, and they'll have two great strikers. Losing Iheanacho was a big hit. I think he's one of the best young strikers in the Prem. I think Iheanacho personally, I think is better than players like. I think he's top 3. I think he's 3rd behind Rashford, who I think is behind Jesus, which is a bit controversial, but I think losing Iheanacho was a big hit, and him going to Leicester, Premier League rival. As much as they might not be the best club at the moment, they are still a Premier League rival, so losing him to them is a big hit. But I think Man City have got what they need now, and I think Pep could finally have turned Man City into a good team, because obviously there were positions that needed work in when he first came. He's sorted them positions out, and looks like he'd really push for the title, and I've got him to win the title. So simple as. That's my opinion. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Simple as. I've said that a lot this video, but yeah, if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's it. So I'll see you guys later. I said I'd do an updated version, and I have. So